it is a midterm year in just November. And here we have it as Iowa's governor's race is testing MAHA influence beyond MAGA. So what is MAHA? That's Make America Healthy Again, and MAGA is Make America Great Again. And so Republican a candidate when it comes to Zach Lahn is campaigning on the Make America Healthy Again agenda, arguing that concerns about pesticide, food additives, water quality, and chronic disease can reshape the Republican Party and politics. And so Lahn defeated Trump endorsed Representative Randy Finstra in the Republican primaries. And you have Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who essentially started the MAHA movement, which is Make America Healthy Again, is campaigning with Lahn in Des Moines. And you have Kennedy, who's also undertaking 8 appearances during a 10-day swing through Iowa, Minnesota, and Florida. So now the other senior Trump officials have campaigned in Iowa, but there's a lot of concerns about Democrat Rob Sands' chances, as we're seeing some of the Democrats really come up. And so that's quite why they have Kennedy essentially campaigning for the Republicans. This is significant because you have Lahn that's connecting pesticide exposure to water quality, and the elevated cancer concerns that are in his state. And you also have conservative commentator Alex Clark that's warning that dissatisfaction over pesticide could suppress the MAHA vote. So the MAHA development is what you have as a health-focused component of Trump's coalition under MAGA, but has also becoming increasingly concerned with agriculture chemicals, processed foods, federal health policy. And so those positions can conflict with traditional Republican support for agriculture and corporate interest. So there you have what MAGA is essentially maybe creating its own wedge against the traditional Republican policies. And but MAHA has also become a little bit popular when it comes to some Democratic voters as well. So this is what we're watching today as the White House is increasingly asking Robert F. Kennedy Jr. to become more politically visible and to retain the health-focused voters who have become frustrated with the administration's agenda. So now the White House officials described the strategy as Bobby Unleashed, and Kennedy's traveling across 3 states over 10 days. And the administration is highlighting changes to, we saw recently, we discussed the childhood vaccination schedule that's being changed, the food safety standards, kindergarten vaccine exemptions that have reached about 4.2% during the last school year. And the White House is also attempting to contain criticisms over protection of Gisofest. So this is a time where you have the MAHA movement taking place, where activists are saying that, this is an important time to take a look at Americans' health concerns and to make sure that America is on track to becoming healthy again. So you have Kennedy's coalition that includes conservative parents, wellness activists, and voters that essentially have distrust for when it comes to conventional public health institutions, and saying that, they want to be able to prioritize what they believe is healthy for them when it comes to vaccine schedules for their children, and also what is in the food in America. So this is part of what's taking shape in the early primaries. And another hot seat that we're looking at is in Florida. So you have the Florida primary that's also featuring high stakes Republican contest, with its holding contentious primary elections involving its governor's race and essentially several closely watched congressional contests. So you have Representative Brian Donalds that leads the Republicans, and then you also have Representative Corey Mills that faces a serious primary challenge. And you also have several open congressional seats that have fragmented because of the candidate field. So now some of the Republicans are concerned about voter turnout. And you have Representative Debbie Wasserman Schultz, who's pursuing a different district in a difficult Democratic primary. So now Florida has gained political significance as through the Republican-led redistribution. And we know that this is Trump's backyard because Mar-a-Lago is his home away from the White House. And so Florida is a very significant piece because Florida is Trump's home state. And it is a core part of the modern Republican coalition. So now the primary results will measure Trump's influence in his own backyard, determine whether candidates in several nationally important races are going to do well if they're endorsed by President Trump. So this is all the stuff we're watching for. So tomorrow's a big day. We'll announce how some of these results are, and of course, the big day on the 50% tariffs from the United States on Canadian goods. So this is what we want to discuss tomorrow. So you want to tune in for that.